Hey, hey, Shalom Hakim, Shalom. First thing and foremost, I want to give all praises and glory and honor that's due to Yahweh, by Hashem Yahweh Shai, by Hashem Rakakwadash. I'm like to give double honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone that rule well. Blessings and salutations to the whole elect. New in the gospel, bro, lifting up the standard of Yahweh, by Hashem Yahweh Shai, wherever it may be. This is just a quick lesson through the Spirit. What inspired this lesson was I was watching an open forum with the apostles, Apostle Ricard and Apostle Ariam Lob, which they was in Chicago over the weekend with the elder brothers out there in Chicago, and they was doing an open forum. And mainly brothers was going into the straight gate, and that's the spirit because, you know, that's been a topic for about a week or so, because this truth is all about going straight. The straight gate is no shortcuts. There's no finagling your way in. There's no sliding by, or you may make it in with it. No, man. The Lord has meticulously handpicked his elect to make it with no guile. See, us as men in this thing and men in the flesh, at times, we often think we can fool Yahweh Bashim Yahweh Shai because we feel that the Lord, well, maybe, the Lord will let me get by with knowing this or not that or that or that. No. That's not how the Lord operates, man. And we can't continue to put the Most High in a box, because remember, he's the creator of all things. So you have to come correct, man. And if you ain't coming correct, the Lord is going to straighten you out. One thing, though, a good father, right, to his kids, to his sons, regardless, the throne or the heir is given it to his sons. But in order for his son to inherit that, he have to go through certain things and be taught certain behaviors, and you have to have the rebelliousness beat out of him. So us coming to this truth, a lot of time, we know most of us came in real young. We still had mindsets of the world. We still had particular habits. Even to this day, we still have things that's not always favorable with Yahweh Shem Yahweh Shai, which goes into that position of difficulties, which is the straits. But oftentimes, if the Lord wants you, or he's going to deal with you, he's going to straighten you up through chastisement, okay, through harsh correction, through judgment, whatever it may be. The Lord, like, look, man, you my man, you going to make it, but you're going to have to go through X, Y, and Z. See, a lot of us, we're afraid to get called out, or we're afraid to get in the judgment seat of the Heavenly Father, because, who wants to be publicly humiliated, right? Who wants to be cast down in front of the congregation? But if you're spiritual enough to understand judgment and how the Lord operates, you'll understand that chastening of the Lord, the scriptures say that the Lord deals with them as sons. Okay, the chastening of the Heavenly Father. So going through these straight gates, these positions of difficulties, we're going to go through particular issues that may seem grim by comparison, man. We may go through things that you feel like you're going crazy, you're insane. You go through emotional moments when you don't know what the hell is going on. Sometimes you may have your season that you cry every fucking night, for whatever reason it may be. We've all experienced these things. So it's only one way to the Heavenly Father. I got some popcorn kernels in my mouth. I was eating some popcorn earlier, but there's only one way through the Most High, and that's through Yahweh Shai. Only way to Yahweh Shai is through the straight gates, man. And we all got to enter into the straight gate. There's no shortcuts. There's no niggas slide on a chariot. No, when we get on them chariots, we already fucked around and found out. All right. So this is the book of this whole chapter, Matthew 7 chapter, is pretty good. But this is the book of Matthew 7, and I'm going to start at 13. It says, enter ye in at the straight gate. Okay, that straight gate goes into a position of difficulties. Okay, and coming into this truth, it's not easy. Okay, it's not easy balancing the truth with the world, with family, with particular spiritual battles you may go through. Only but Yahweh Shem Yahweh Shai can understand, even if you don't understand. Having this truth first and foremost makes you an enemy to the world. Scripture tells us clearly that he that departed from evil maketh himself a prey. So when you come into this wisdom and understanding, you have to be prepared to be ridiculed, outcasted, or ostracized. Okay, have your name drug in the dirt as being something unfathomable. Okay, when you're just trying to serve the Lord. Okay, because I remember when I first came in, as every brother have this testimony with that walk. Your first thing is you want to wake everybody up. You want to wake up your family members. You want to wake up your friends in the hood. You want to wake up your woman. Hey, bro, you full of joy because the scriptures say, hey, when you consume the roll, it was sweet in thy mouth. But that bitter part, right? But see, what happens is oftentimes you're going to find out that everybody don't feel the same way you feel about this wisdom and knowledge and understanding. You may look at it as a lease on life, a new lease on life, okay, and a life of freedom. But these people look at it as just being in another subjection, which it is bondage of being in the truth. I mean, we are servants of Yahweh Shai, man. We are slaves of Yahweh Shai. This is bondage, but a right type of bondage because we're subjected to go through the things that he's endured. He's done it, so we have to do it. But the average person, they look at this like, I'm not following nobody. I'm not following men that's laying down these rules and saying you can't get your hair lined up. And who the fuck can tell me what I can do and what I can't do? And naturally, when you come into this thing, that type of mentality kicks in because we've been programmed to be rebellious. So when you get to breaking it down to your family, look, we're the Israelites of the Bible. Look, the Most High's name is Yahweh. His son's name is Yahweh Shai. He said, this is what we're supposed to do. People get to looking at you like, nah, nigga, you tripping. I don't even do that much for myself in my own life. Well, look like I'm going to do something for an invisible God. But you like, wait a minute. I thought you believe in God. You go to church every Sunday. Yeah, that's just tradition. And then you start to realize, like, damn, these people don't really give a shit. That's why the Lord called us out of this dark world, man. These people don't give a damn about the Lord, man. But that's when your tribulations, that's when you begin to make notice, or that's when you begin to be conscious of the hell you catch. Because we've been catching hell since we got here. But your hell becomes more conscious when you enter into the truth. Because now you know why you're suffering. You know what I'm saying? And when people see that you're suffering for a spiritual cause, you think the last thing they want to do is come into this. I'm not finna give my life over to this Israelite thing so I could be cursed. My life is going good, but the minute I start believing I'm an Israelite, my house got foreclosed on. I lost my job. I got homeless. I got sick. People lose hope, man. They lose faith because they're not used to being in straits of or positions of difficulties, which is straits. That's the only way to get the kingdom, man. All right. And it says here, because, matter of fact, it says, enter ye in at the straight gate, for wide is the gate and broad is the way, which leadeth to destruction. And it says, and many there be which go in thereat. So Yahweh Shai is basically telling us there's going to be more people that's going to follow the path of destruction than righteousness. Because when you look at the state and affairs of this world, these people are gone, man. Like Apostle Bascar is going into how he can't stand the moles, bro. Hey, I second that, man. He said being around these people, it does something to your spirit. It's unhealthy for us, man, being around this type of wickedness because we can't do anything. It makes you sick. It breaks your spirit down. The fact that you have a woman that leave you for another woman, or for Esau to come and take your possessions that you've worked hard, making pennies on the dollar, he can come in and throw you on child support and give everything to some bottom of the barrel female. You see? That shouldn't make you mad, and it will make you sick, man, because we can't execute judgment. But that's part of the difficulties, man. This is why when you see brothers, they ain't in all that happy-go-lucky ass spirit. We're not in that spirit all the time. You know what I'm saying? And it's not necessarily that we just mad or pissed off just in life, just who we are. No, it's the issues we have to go through in order to make it in this wicked ass world, and the things you have to do. You see? That's why it's such a hard thing of navigating this thing, but it's all for the greater good, because the Lord is basically purging out the ways of this world, man. Because this ways of the world doesn't teach you discipline. Okay? The world doesn't teach you how to be charitable. The world doesn't teach you how to love. The world doesn't teach you how to do things and to make things work or connect the dots. It's basically like a dog-eat-dog world, man. It's like basically you're basically a goldfish being poured in a fucking world full of piranhas and Jack Dempsey's, man. The hell you think gonna happen to the goldfish if he's not taken out in time? He's gonna get taken out. Literally. You see? That's why, hey, we gotta lay hold on Yahweh Shai and keep it, man. because everything else has failed. You know, everything. And it reads here, uh, and it says, because straight is the gate, narrow is the way which leadeth to life, and few there be that find it. So the Lord is telling us, he said there's going to be few people that's going to make it. It's just as simple. So your father, your mother, your kids, your woman, it's very possible that they're not going to make it. Why? Because they're not in they're not in a position of difficulties. And even if they are going through things as a collective, because Israelites, just as a nation of people, we are in a difficult and we are in a straight path as a nation. But overall, Jake does not acknowledge their offense. They don't acknowledge the miracles that Yahweh Shem Yahushua has bestowed among his men to push this truth, man. You know, and the apostles was speaking about it, about how they came up at One West, about how they appreciate, you know, their elders and their leaders and their teachers. A lot of times we take things for granted. You know, a lot of times we sit up here bickering about, man, why this got to happen, man? Why I got, you know, but then you look at the men before them, it's like, look, man, these men, they've labored their whole lives for us to get this understanding and truth for free. But yet we sit up here complaining, thinking life revolves around us like we on some level. Nah, man. Well, why, man? Well, you know, I'm good, man. Look, man, you ain't got nothing. We don't know nothing, man. You know, and it kills me when younger Jakes come in this thing and they got a so-called, they think things supposed to go their way, or they got a fucking chip on their shoulder. You know, and thinking that they know everything. You don't know everything, man. That's why when you around older men, sometimes it's just best to just shut the fuck up and just let the older men speak, man. The scriptures say that, man. A wise man, roughly paraphrasing, I think it's in Sirach. How about roughly paraphrasing, a young man will be edified through the sentences of the elders, roughly paraphrasing. I can't recall it. I feel bad about that. But basically it goes into how young men are around wise men of understanding, how they get knowledge. You know? See, we all like to think we on a level. We all have this bullheaded mentality coming out of the world. And by us being Jake, you already know we already have some type of complex about ourselves, you know, because we're the princes of the power. You know, with Jake, it's always been a pissing contest. I don't give a fuck what Jake says. It's always been a pissing contest, man. You know, which Jake can upsize or show up the next Jake. You know, but as you come into this thing, you start to realize, like, damn, I don't really know nothing. I'm a baby. I haven't really had any experiences. This is why it's good to be grateful, man, and hold your tongue, you know. And this is why we give reverence to men above us, man, you know. And you brothers out there that got your camps and shit like that, man, hey, those men under you, they supposed to reverence you like a father, man. You know what I'm saying? Now, we don't push the whole thing, or call me elder. No, I don't really push that. As far as, you know, making brothers call, you know, the elder of a camp, you know what I'm saying? Brothers just kind of do it depending on their spirit. But technically honest, your brothers under you in the camp, they supposed to look at you as an elder, man. OK, and what happens is when they're too familiar with you, that's when they start putting themselves on the same level with you, man. OK, and that comes from basically being overly accessible, and you shouldn't be as a man of the Lord, and you shouldn't be as a camp head. People should come to you when they have issues sincerely that need to be worked out. You see what I'm saying? Build your younger men up to know how to delegate and work out issues among themselves, and then they call you with the results. You know, don't get too familiar with your camp leaders to the point, you just look, what's up? Nah, man, that man's an elder over you. You respect that man. And if you don't like it, you get the fuck stepping. Period. And you may not like it. You know, hey, certain brothers don't get along in this thing, but hey, we respect the order. Certain brothers, you may not like mannerisms, but hey, we respect the order. You know what I'm saying? And the Lord sorts everything out in time. But all of it is part of going through hard times, man, to make it. Because we want to make it, man. Okay. And this is a good example. Matthew 16. And I'm going to start at verses. The subcaption. It says discipleship is costly. What does it mean by that? Costly meaning that it's a lot at stake. It's a lot on the line here, even your own very life. Because, hey, they was going into it as well, that how when Esau comes in as a flood, man, he just come through storming Jake, man. And a lot of Jakes are going to give up their faith in that day because they were not mentally equipped or prepared, man. Okay. Sometimes I go through this thing. I'm like, man, I don't have a fucking clue as to where I'm going and how I'm going about it or what I'm doing, but I just got faith in the Lord. Like, look, man, Lord, I might not understand majority of the things that was in the truth, but I'm just putting my faith in you. And overall, man, I believe in you and I'm doing the work, man. That's all I got to offer for real. I mean, I'm not going to cap and say, hey, Lord, I know I'm doing this right. I'm doing that. I'm not even going to say all that, man. The only thing I have is my sincerity and the gifts that the Most High gave me. And that's the sacrifice I have to give up to the altar. It can either be yeah or nay. And that's it. You know what I'm saying? What you see is what the hell you get. And that's just what it is, man. And the Lord, hey, look, it goes into the example of basically when a woman came and put everything in a pot that she had. Though she didn't have much, she put everything in a pot. And he said, who had the greater sacrifice? Versus the person that had a lot and put some in versus the woman that didn't have shit but still put some in. Her faith was greater because she didn't have anything. Okay, and that's that righteous sacrifice, man. You know what I'm saying? We have to be in that mindset. This is like, oh, how about you now, Shad? This is all I got. You gave me this to work with. This is what I can present to you. Hey, I pray it be enough. And really, none of our works will be enough. Okay, Yahweh Shah is going to have to finance all our tickets into the kingdom. Every last one of us, the Lord have already paid the tab. Okay? I don't give a fuck how righteous you are, how many videos, how many commandments, how much Hebrew you can recite. You never said a so-called cuss word according to the church. You may have never offended a brother, but guess what? That ain't enough. Okay? That's not nearly enough to get your ass on a chariot of your own works. Okay? Because ultimately, who paid the price? Yahweh Shai, he paid the price. It says he basically purchased the church with his own blood, man. Which one of you Jakes are doing that? Which one of us is doing it? We didn't go to the cross, though the scriptures say, hey, carry like cross. We're supposed to take up our cross. We're supposed to do what we're supposed to do, our positions of difficulties. This is our sacrifice, but none of it compares to what Yahweh Shai had to go through. So it behooves us to all be humble, man. Because when brothers was giving apostles and elders reverence for their works, you should have seen the look on their faces, man. Apostle Ramlab and Apostle Bakar, they had the look on their face of humility, and back in their mind, they was like, we don't deserve this. We don't deserve this praise. That's the look Apostle Ramlab had. Apostle Bakar, they were just looking like, look, man, we struggle just like y'all. We just so happens to be the men who the Lord is dealing with, the underdogs. But the look on Apostle Ramlab's face mainly, and it stood out to me, when they was reverencing him, you can see the contrite in his spirit. In his mind, he like, I don't deserve this, man. You can see it, you can feel it, but that's humility. Because in his spirit, he like, man, what the fuck did I do to even get a position like this? But, brothers see the works, man, and brothers respect that. You know what I'm saying? It almost made me a little emotional just seeing the humility and the fact what they've endured to come this far and to get the fruit that they've got. But yet they still had a look of incomplete, meaning a look of that it's not enough. Because they know they working out their own salvation just like us. You see what I'm saying? And the humility they showed, I was just like, wow. Because in their spirit, they feel like we don't deserve this. We don't deserve it. We're just as filthy as everybody else. And that's what a man in the Lord will feel. It's good to give reverence. It builds the morale. But at the end of the day, they don't let it go to their head. Oh, well, we the elders. Nah. Certain brothers do, though, in these different groups. Nate didn't show no humility. He's coming in on a horse. Stout-hearted, everybody praising him and shit like that. You will never catch the apostles coming in no damn room with a damn horse. Even Yahweh Shai came upon a donkey, and they wanted to crown him then. He said, nah, man. He said, who come lowly on the fowl of an ass? Lowly, humble. Okay? Versus Johanna. Oh, everybody got to come under Johanna. These men are going to fucking get it, man. They have no idea about what the passive difficulties or the straight gate mean. Hunter don't have a clue. Nate don't have a clue. All you other groups, y'all don't have a clue as to what this thing is about. You guys are only in this because you only want to fill your own belly and you want the praise. You want to be the guy. You want to be somebody who everybody looks up and get the answers from. That's who you dudes want to be. You ain't got no humility in this thing, man. That's why you wear them flashy ass garments. You know what I'm saying? Here we are in a state of our captivity, and the Lord said we were supposed to put on sackcloth. Okay, but yeah, you guys are running in like you in the kingdom already, like you've gotten it. And it's even scarier for a nigga that don't teach the name of the Most High, man. That's straight fucking madness. It's gonna be a lot of death in Israel, man. A lot of judgment gonna start right here in Israel, man. A lot of you guys playing with this mark of this BC hip, man. Look, all right. Y'all think Yahweh Shah is something to trifle with, all right, man? When the Lord really start opening up and judging people, then, hey, don't come crying. You know, Matthew 16:24. Didn't say Yahweh Shah to his disciples, if any man will come after me, let him deny himself. Damn, when you deny yourself, that means that you giving you up. What you like, what you want to do, how you feel, what you think. You got to put all that shit on the line, bro. Lord, like, look, man, you have a thought, don't have it. You like this, then don't like it. I need you to follow me. This is what we do. That comes with discipline. But how else will we understand order? How else will we learn how to govern kingdoms and nations, man? What we're going to be doing in the kingdom of heaven is going to be a heavy thing, man. It ain't going to be just some, you know, some light rule. No, we're going to be literally pushing laws. We're going to be building civilizations. We're going to understand how systems work. We're going to understand how the world works, how the earth works. Okay, we're going to understand that the elements, we're going to literally have to put nations in classes and classify and set up their government. It's going to be a, man, brother, it's going to be a work, man. Okay, it ain't going to be nothing you're going to be tired or dread doing, but it's a heavy thing. But luckily for us, man, the Most High is going to put the mindset in us to be able to do it effortlessly, man. But nonetheless, it's still going to be a work. You know, you may be over 10 cities. This brother may be over 5 cities. That brother may be over 2 cities. That brother may be over 100 cities. The bigger responsibility is as much as required for the bigger responsibility. Y'all claim y'all want to be rulers, but are y'all ready to take on the world? Some of you guys still get hurt about the grape doctrine. You guys are bugging out over reincarnation, bugging out over chariots, bugging out over the missiles. You know what I'm saying? Oh, man, y'all ain't supposed to be teaching that y'all can great with, man. Get out of here with that. Heard over Deuteronomy 22, man, and 25. Man, GMS tell you that you could do. Look, man, get out your feelings. You know? And it says here, let him deny himself and take up his cross and follow me. Your cross goes into your afflictions. Okay, a weight. You got to carry your own weight. Yeah, brothers are there to help you manage your weight. You know what I'm saying? Like Yahweh Shai, his cross got heavier towards the end of his ministry, towards the end of his life. That's when it got real hard. Because remember, he had help. I forgot the brother that helped him carry it, but it's in the scriptures. But basically, man, he picked him out of Roman. Hey, Esau picked, say, hey, go help him and carry it, because Yahweh Shai, he couldn't endure it no more by himself. He needed help. How much more us, man? And this is the Lord. This is the Lord of the universe we're talking about. He had to endure his cross, and he had help carrying it up, because like I said, towards the end of his life, it got harder, and it's just going to get harder for us. You know what I'm saying? They're building up cases against us right now, man. Okay, don't think that they're not. They're watching. They're building shit up for us right now, bro. Because we're the only ones that's standing in the way of his new world order. The prophets. All you other bozos out there, you going to willingly take the sea hip and enter into the new world order. Satan already got the world. It's us he's out there, man. You people ain't nothing but collateral damage. Satan don't need. He already got you. He already got our mothers, our fathers, our kids. He already has our people. He want us, man. That's why the Lord told Peter, he said, look, Satan desired to sift you as wheat. You know what I'm saying? Because, hey, Satan wants us, man. We are the ones standing in the way of his bullshit ass new world order. So he's going to specifically come after the prophets, man. Trust me, he knows exactly who we are, where we stay, what we do. He knows. He's coming right after us, man. Y'all might not think that because they ain't shedding light on us, so to speak, but they're behind cameras looking right at us like, okay, That guy there, that guy, all right, we gotta get him off the streets. We gotta get to him, and we gotta get them out of the way fast, because they're the only ones that's gonna stop, because they're warning everybody. We gotta stop them. Don't think it's sweet, man. You get that fucking knock at the door, kick at the door. They know exactly who. They ain't gonna go, oh, we're at the wrong house. No, they know exactly who door they kicking in. So, brothers, keep your head on a swivel, man. Discipleship is costly. And it reads, it says here, for whosoever shall save his life shall lose it. And a lot of you jakes, you are going to save your life in that day, or try to. A lot of you going to convince yourselves that microchip isn't the MOTB after Esau and put it in your face and told you. Straight up told you the CBDC is a particular component that they will have to put underneath your skin in order for you to buy and sell in the new world. The whole purpose of this common collapse, as we speak, everything that's getting ready to happen in America and around the world any day now, all that's set up to scare you to take the MOTB. The new pestilence, the new famines, the new diseases, the new lockdowns, the troops being deployed, okay, causing bank collapses and causing famines in stores so people can lose their mind. They're going to basically turn up the violence, man. And a lot of these people are already on a frequency anyway from taking a you know what. So they're just basically going to fine tune them frequencies and people going to bug out. You never know what these people are tapped into, man. Just like you watched that movie called They Cloned Tyrone. That's a damn good movie. That's a good ass movie. I like that movie. It had just enough greediness, and they show you the state of a nigga, man. You never know. Jake probably going around hearing voices. You never know what these people hear. You don't even know if they have these people walking around you. They can be some goddamn hybrids or something. You will never know. But time is going to tell. All right. And it says, for whosoever shall save his life shall lose it. And whosoever shall lose his life for my sake shall find it, man. Okay. And we're trying to find our lives, because we have no lives right now, man. Like the Lord goes into mortifying the deeds of the flesh, bro. You know, mortify means to kill off. You see? We're servants for Hamashiach's sake, man. The Lord caught straight hell. What make you think we're not going to catch hell? All right. Bring out one more precept and I'm going to end it. There's so many scriptures we can go into, but the ones that stand out, this is the book of 2nd Ezra 7. And I'm going to start at verses 3. It says, and I said, speak on my power. Then he said unto me, the sea is set in a wide place, that it might be deep and great. And that sea is a representation of the kingdom of heaven. Okay. And I made the example earlier in transit, going through certain things in order to get the broad. You got to go through the narrow in order to get the broad. You made the analogy of you have a walkwayless bridge. Okay. You have a bridge with no walkway, but say you got to make it to the other side. How you going to make it to the other side? You going to fall and die? Or you going to have faith? Me personally, I say, look, I'm going to fly across. How else I'm going to get across there? Unless you're going to climb the top and navigate your way and climb your way over there, you can do that too. But my faith is, look, I want to fly, man. You know what I'm saying? Let's get over there. Let's do it. It says, I said, speak on my power. Then he said it to me, the sea is set in a wide place that it may be deep and great. But put the case, the entries were narrow and like a river. It says, who then could go into the sea and look upon it and to rule it? Right. Okay. But it says, if he went not through the narrow, how could he come into the broad? So you got to go through all the difficulties in order to be a ruler, man. Okay. If you want that lifetime full of glamour and happiness and prosperity and just rejoicing forevermore, forever and ever, you got to go through some shit. And compared to the kingdom, this is nothing. Yeah, it sucks because you're in the moment. And it feel like it's tarrying. It's like, okay, let's just get the kingdom already. But I can promise you this, brothers, man. The Lord promised this. He said, look, when we get in the kingdom, everything that you've done is going to be worth it. You're going to be like, oh, wow, I see why we had to go through what we went through. It's worthwhile. It's going to be worth it, man. All these sleepless nights and heartaches and pains you may have as an Israelite man ain't going to be for nothing. Especially if you understand the expected end. Scripture says I should give you an expected end. You know, so you have to keep that in mind. Everything we going through, all the suffering, and for you sisters too. You're not you going through the straight. You have to go through the straights. You can't just scream hurrah, hurrah, Israel, and then when the hell come, you look at the men like, okay, now put the hell on the man. Nah, you got to get hell put on you too. Some of you sisters gonna be martyrs. Some of you gonna get your heads put in guillotines. You're gonna be tried too. You're not exempt. Scriptures say when you come to serve the Lord, prepare your soul for temptation. Just because you're a woman, that don't give you a right to passage. And the fact that you are a woman, you got to be extra on point because you have the weaker faith. You are the weaker vessel. That's why we push that you women will have to be attached to a man of the Lord. Because honestly speaking, I don't really see too many women making it that ain't attached to the prophets. I just don't see it. You know what I'm saying? So, hey, the Lord is going to do some big moving around in the coming time to kind of set everything up the way it needs to. But the majority of you ain't in this without a man. If you don't have a man of the Lord, then I don't really see you getting up out of here. Not saying that you can't make it. I'm not saying that. You know what I'm saying? But we understand the importance of order. And we understand that a lot of you are playing a lot of games too, man. Okay, a lot of you sisters that may not have men in the Lord as husbands, but you may have a husband. I mean, they're just your faith. They're just your lot. You have to deal with it. You know, and the Lord can have mercy on you for enduring that. But overall, those of you out there that's kind of jumping around and you don't know where you want to be, you want to follow that camp, this camp, just get prepared to be judged, man. You know what I'm saying? All that I don't need a man shit is getting ready to go out the window. See, Keisha, she's losing, bro. I mean, they getting ready to cut Title 4D any day. Shit, hey, no more child support in due time. Hey, it's a done deal. You know what I'm saying? You going overseas and getting jacked up in Dubai. Hey, I saw footage of that bitch that got brought over there to Dubai that was talking shit to one of them men over there, and she got locked up and detained. I saw a video of her basically, man, just disrespecting the man, bro. And she brought that nigga behavior over there, and they made an example of a monkey ass. And I pray she die over there too. You know, straight up. I don't give a damn who feels some type of way. She needs to be straight up put down like the fucking dog she is, because she has no respect. That video I saw, she totally emasculated that man. And this is the reason why you so-called Jakes, you better grow the fuck up and have a backbone, man. Because no man on this planet Earth will tolerate the amount of disrespect that we have tolerated from these goddamn women for 50, 60 years, man. Other nations, they ain't dealing with that shit from these hoes, man. And you black men have become the weakest simps on the planet Earth, man. You're worse than Esau. Sitting up here taking the abuse from a black woman, man. That ain't worth shitting on this side. And then you get mad at the men that's speaking up against the bitch that done you fucking wrong, nigga. You Jakes are through, man, all right? And you done. It's to the point, black woman, you want my attention, you fucking pay me. Nigga, I'll charge $100 a hour you want to talk to me. Pay me. Cause I ain't dealing with your ass. We ain't dealing with your bullshit. Straight up. You know, we coming into some times now, hey, we getting ready to have to move very, very carefully out here. And we can't have any liabilities. You know? But anyway, I'm going to wrap it up. It says here, but the case, the entrance were narrow and like a river, who then could go into the sea and look upon it and to rule it? It says, if he went not through the narrow, how could he come into the broad? But there's also another thing. A city is builded and set upon a broad field, and it's full of all good things. Okay, all good things. And the entrance thereof is narrow and set in a dangerous place to fall. Like if there was fire on the right hand and on the left deep water, and one only path between them both, even between the fire and the water, so small that there could not be but one man that going at once, man. So we all are going in a single file line. You see a man walk that way and you notice it's working. Hey, you follow that man. Okay, then why the fuck would you jump off the bridge all because you have audacity or some type of disdain versus the elders? So therefore you go jump another way and get devoured all because you don't like this man. Like that's folly, man. You know? But you got Jake in that spirit. But the path of difficulties is it's not going to be easy. Even on that, when I see this entrance, it's very narrow. I see the fire touching this. I see the fire on this road, and I see the water. You know how like you go on them bridges, and sometimes the currents to those rivers be so strong to the point that the water is literally hitting the platform. That's how this road is, man. We're literally walking a tightrope on this bridge. You got the fire that's coming up on the side. It may get your leg, it may get your thigh. Then you all just slipping and falling on the fucking bridge, man. Damn near getting ready to go in the water, but you holding on to the guardrails. You get yourself back up and you go carefully, man. You know, it's like almost walking across. Like, look up the world's dangerous bridges, man, and you get the point. That's like I always look at up into like it goes into the world dangerous bridges, the world most frightening highways, and the world's most frightening bodies of water. Those are like my three go-tos when I want to understand exactly just how dangerous shit can be, man. You know, and it's very intriguing because it's like, damn, what would I do if I was in that situation? Me, man, I had to crawl my ass to the other side, man, you know, because shit, sometimes you try to stand up, you might fall. But as long as you make it across, man, you know, you good. But it says, if the city now were given it to a man for an inheritance, if he never should pass the danger set before it, how should he receive the inheritance, man? And he said unto me, is it so, Lord? Then he said unto me, even so also is Israel's portion. So we gonna get to that why, brothers, that bride, man. But we just got to go through the straight first. And just believe we gonna make it, man. I believe we gonna make it. You know what I'm saying? It's to the point now, it does you no justice to not believe. But anyway, with that, all praises and glory and honor that's due to Yahweh Bashim Yahweh Shai. And with that, Shalom and Abba Shalom.